When we look at major cities anywhere in the world, we can see all the high-rises and skyscrapers, pavement, people, and transportation moving new items and old garbage in and out of the city. At least the cities being much warmer from heat island effect, people getting sick from off-gassing from transportation, and difficulty in finding fresh-grown produce and foods to eat. We need to change the way that we live in major cities around the world, and we have the ability to do it today. I'm Tim Ung, and today we'll take a look at a design concept for a low-carbon high-rise residential building full of greenhouse gardens that every apartment can use to grow their own food throughout the year. But how exactly does this apartment building's design solve the issue of finding fresh produce and food in a city? Let's start outside. This apartment building is filled with balconies on every floor that's offset from the ones above and below. This extends the interior living spaces towards the outside, where the balconies will get plenty of sunlight throughout the year. With more exposure to the sun, there's more opportunities to grow produce, plants, and flowers. In fact, if you visit any major city and see a building with a balcony, take a look at how it's used. Most of the time, there are plants in large flower pots and lounge furniture where people can get fresh air and have some connection to nature. This might sound like a great solution, but what if we lived in a northern climate where you can only grow plants outside for half of the year before the colder seasons? If we enclose the outdoor balcony with a simple aluminum frame structure and laminated glass panels, we can create a greenhouse that extends the planting period into the colder months of the year. And if we extend a mechanical system to heat and cool the space, we can completely control the temperature and humidity of the space so that residents can grow produce and plants all year. It wouldn't take too much supply from the mechanical system to heat or cool the greenhouse because the sun will add plenty of heat in the colder seasons, while opening the sloped roof and sliding windows will ventilate it in the warmer months. To some people, this might sound like a far-fetched idea that would never work, but if you've ever been inside of an all-glass skyscraper and stood by the window on a sunny day in the winter or visited a local botanical gardens greenhouse, you can feel the heat generated by the sunlight entering the space. By creating this greenhouse balcony, we also bring all the benefits of being surrounded by nature, being exposed to the sun, and having fresh air to the residents. Some apartments, like this one, will have comfortable furniture for people to come and sit together to enjoy time in the garden. Other people might want the garden to be the dining room where you can easily bring fresh produce from the garden to the kitchen, cook a meal, and eat together at a dining table. Now, all this might sound like a great idea, but what does the rest of the apartment look like? Each apartment has a typical floor plan that looks similar to this one. They range from 1,100 square feet with 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, and 1 greenhouse balcony to 1,600 square feet with 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and 2 greenhouse balconies. This apartment is the larger 1,600 square foot one because it's at the corner of the building. When we enter the apartment, there's a view of the dining area and living room at the opposite side. To the left, there's a large L-shaped kitchen with plenty of cabinets, shelves, a full stove, and dishwasher. I've always hated the small kitchens that you find in the average city apartment. For this residence, a larger kitchen is important for gathering, washing, and preparing produce and herbs from the garden. There's a dining table against the wall by the kitchen, which is a great place to sit and prepare ingredients. I've noticed that my mother, who loves gardening, usually sits at the dining table to cut and prepare all of her ingredients to cook. This is important for people who are aging in place where they might not be able to stand as long as they used to in the kitchen. At the furthest end of the apartment, there's a comfy living room with a large sliding window that can be opened to let in fresh air. It has a large sectional sofa facing towards a credenza and wall-mounted television where you can get together with family and friends for movie and game nights. The living room is located next to the greenhouse balcony, which we looked at earlier. During the early spring and late fall days when it's kind of cold, you can open the sliding door to the greenhouse to let in the warmer air from the balcony into the apartment. This reduces the cost of heating the apartments by using the passively warmed air from the greenhouse. When it's time to sleep, we can make our way to the bedroom. This corner apartment has an additional balcony off of the bedroom that adds more space for growing produce and plants throughout the year. It's also a perfect place for parents to get away and have privacy outside in their own garden. And that's the design of the high-rise greenhouse residences. Leave a comment and let me know what you thought about this design. I hope you enjoyed this project and consider subscribing for more architecture design ideas like this one.